any case, thank you for your testimony. It's certainly important for us to have somebody of your level here explaining these parts of the budget. I find my comments would be, I find some of these objects combined together to make the whole quality of service diminish because of the across-the-board cuts that we're making. For example, the ambulance cuts that we were talking about earlier and the stress put on the ambulance committee, the ambulance community. I recently experienced it. I didn't get into detail before, but with you I'd like to a little bit.
Okay.
Because my wife was involved in a very serious fall during the ice storm. She fell off the top stair of our front porch, landed on the sidewalk 7 steps down, and laid unconscious until we could get the emergency vehicle there to put her on a gurney and bring her into the house. We had to wait an hour for the ambulance to come because all the ambulances were in transport because of the emergencies.
Ice storm, yeah.
It was a very busy day that day. But again, you know, the shortage of the ambulances and ambulance workers is a function of how well they're financed and funded. And then once we got to the hospital, we waited a very long time because there were a lot of people to be seen. We understood that. But then when it came down to my wife receiving a CAT scan for the head injury, I mean, I watched her head bounce on the stairs and what have you, and the cement stairs. They used guidelines based on responses to tests as to whether or not a CAT scan was necessary. And 4 times they tried to talk us out of having a CAT scan, in which we insisted that we wanted a CAT scan. And when we finally got the CAT scan, she did have a subdural bleed in the brain, which could have resulted in a very serious outcome if we didn't have the CAT scan to get her admitted in the hospital, have her taken care of. So all of this, I feel, is a response to what you talked about in your testimony. You said that, and I don't know if I'm quoting you, but I'm going to paraphrase what you said. You said that these programs that you have, that we have instituted, will create a greater number of choices for providers. They will give greater access to providers. But you also said in that statement that some services were going to be diminished as a result of the cost savings or what have you, with the subsidized version here. So my question is, does it really matter how many providers we have or how great the access is to providers if we can't get the service that we need, if the service is not a high-quality service? And so when we get to the high-quality service, then we have the large deductibles, which then make it unaffordable. So is what we have an actual affordable health care for all? And by moving all these people off, 34,000 people off of Husky, into the exchanges, are we really doing them the service that you say that we're doing them?
Well, I'm not going to. I think I hope that I communicated that there were to the individuals who would be impacted by this, there were some negative consequences.
The businesses that may go out of business because they can't keep up with the rate cuts or what have you, and basically tough luck. But you know, it is tough luck, and it's tough luck for a lot of folks who are tightening the belt loops now. And you know, I think compassion in that area has to be extended. And a lot of these people provide a great service to our community, and they've been doing it for many, many years, and they're working off of very tight profit margins right now.